The news flashed across screens, a digital tremor rippling through the nation. Donald Trump, the 45th president, was going to Jimmy Carter's funeral. Not just that, he'd written a tribute. A tribute for a man he'd once called the worst president. The internet, ever the echo chamber of our disbelief, erupted. Carter, the peanut farmer turned president, turned global peacemaker, had died peacefully at 100. His passing, though expected, had still brought a collective sigh of sorrow. He was the nation's grandfather, a symbol of simpler times, of decency and humility. And Trump? Well, Trump was Trump. Brash, loud, and always ready with a withering insult. The incongruity of it all was jarring. It was like seeing a lion mourn a gazelle. The man who'd built his career on tearing others down was now offering words of praise for a man he'd spent years denigrating. It felt like a glitch in the matrix, a crack in the very fabric of reality. Their feud was the stuff of legend, a clash of ideologies and personalities. Trump, the brash businessman, had nothing but disdain for Carter, the soft-spoken idealist. He'd mocked Carter's presidency, calling it a disaster and a national embarrassment. Carter, in turn, had denounced Trump's policies and questioned his very legitimacy as president. "He's the worst president in the history of our country," Trump had declared during his 2024 campaign, his voice dripping with contempt. He gave away the Panama Canal, for God's sake, and don't even get me started on the Iran hostage crisis. Carter, never one to back down from a fight, had fired back with equal fervor. "Donald Trump is a threat to our democracy," he'd warned in a 2018 interview. "He's a bully, a liar, and a demagogue who has no respect for the rule of law." Their animosity was palpable, a constant undercurrent in the national discourse. They were the yin and yang of American politics, two sides of the same coin, forever locked in a bitter rivalry. Now, in death it seemed, even rivals could find common ground. Or was it something else entirely? Was Trump's tribute a genuine expression of remorse, a belated recognition of Carter's virtues? Or was it a calculated political move, a cynical attempt to soften his image in the wake of a national tragedy? The speculation was rampant. Pundits and politicians alike weighed in, their voices a cacophony of conjecture and analysis. Social media, as always, was a battlefield of opinions with hashtags like #TrumpRespectsCarter and #CrocodileTears trending alongside each other. "This is a new low, even for Trump," tweeted one user, the cynicism evident in their words. "He's trying to exploit Jimmy Carter's death for his own political gain." "Give the man some credit," countered another, their tweet accompanied by a gif of a shrugging Kermit the Frog. Maybe he's finally realized that Jimmy Carter wasn't so bad after all. The truth, as always, was probably somewhere in between. Trump, the master showman, was never one to miss an opportunity to grab the spotlight. But perhaps, beneath the bluster and the bravado, there was a flicker of genuine respect for the man who had served his country with such unwavering dedication. As the nation prepared to lay Jimmy Carter to rest, a different kind of storm was brewing on the horizon. An Arctic blast, the likes of which hadn't been seen in decades, was bearing down on the East Coast, threatening to bring record-breaking cold, crippling snowfalls, and widespread disruption. The timing couldn't have been worse. The funeral, scheduled to take place at Washington National Cathedral, was already shaping up to be a logistical nightmare. Now, with the added threat of a major winter storm, it seemed almost cursed. Would the funeral go on as planned, braving the elements in a testament to Carter's enduring legacy? Or would the storm force a postponement, adding yet another layer of uncertainty to an already surreal situation? As the nation held its breath, bracing for both the cold snap and the political storm that was sure to follow Trump's every move, one thing was clear: the coming days would be anything but predictable.